Welcome to Biology, the scientific study of life. Notice this figure internal transport in the Nigerian Uralium. The animal is shown here from its underside oral surface. Notice closer look. Circular canal and radial canal. Mouth. This is the mouth inside. Notice that. Closer look. The mouth leads to an elaborate gastrovascular cavity that has branches radiating to and form a circular canal. Ciliated cells lining the canal circulate fluid in the directions indicated by the arrows. Opens and closes circulatory systems. Again, more about gastrovascular cavities. Invertebrate circulation. Open and closed circulatory systems for animals with many cell layers. Gastrovascular cavities are insufficient for internal transport because diffusion distances are too great for adequate exchange of nutrients and wastes. In such animals, two types of circulatory systems that overcome the limitations of diffusion have evolved: open and closed. Both have three basic components: a circulatory fluid, blood, a set of tubes, blood vessels, through which the blood moves through the body, and a muscular pump, the heart. The heart powers circulation by using metabolic energy to elevate the hydrostatic pressure of the blood, which then follows down a pressure gradients through its circuit and back to the heart. This blood pressure is the motive force for fluid movement in the circulatory system, as shown in this figure. There is no distinction between blood and interstitial fluid, and this general body fluid is more correctly termed hemolymph. One or more hearts pump the hemolymph not into an interconnected system of sinuses, which are spaces surrounding the organs. Here, chemical exchange occurs between the hemolymph and body cells. The insects and arthropods. The heart is an elongated tube located dorsally. When the heart contracts, it pumps hemolymph through vessels out into sinuses. When the heart relaxes, it draws hemolymph into the circulatory system through pores called ostia. Body movements that squeeze the sinuses help circulate the hemolymph. In a closed circulatory system, blood is confined to vessels and is distinct from the interstitial fluid, as shown in this figure. Notice that. One or more hearts pump blood into large vessels that branch into smaller ones coursing through the organs. Here, materials are exchanged by diffusion between the blood and the interstitial fluid bathing vessels. Earthworms, squids, octopuses, and all vertebrates have closed circulatory systems. The fact that open and closed circulatory systems are each widespread among animals suggests that both offer advantages. For example, the lower hydrostatic pressures associated with open circulatory systems make them less costly than closed systems in terms of energy expenditure. Furthermore, because they lack an extensive system of blood vessels, open systems requires less energy to build and maintain, and in some invertebrates, open circulatory systems serve a variety of other functions. For example, in mollusks and freshly molted aquatic arthropods, the open circulatory system functions as a hydrostatic skeleton supporting the body. What advantages might be associated with the closed circulatory systems. Closed systems with their higher blood pressure are more effective at transporting circulatory fluids to meet the high metabolic demands of the tissues and cells of larger and more active animals. For instance, among the mollusks or among the mollusks, only the large and active squids and octopuses have closed circulatory systems. And although the arthropods have open circulatory systems, the larger crustaceans such as the lobsters and crabs have a more developed system of arteries and veins, as well as an accessory pumping organ that helps maintain blood pressure. Closed circulatory systems are most highly developed in the vertebrates. Survey of vertebrate circulation. Humans and other vertebrates have a closed circulatory system, often called the cardiovascular system. Vertebrate heart has one or two arteria, singular singular arterium, with chambers that receive blood returning to the heart, and one or two the chambers that receive blood returning to the heart, and one or two ventricles, the chambers that pump blood out of the heart. Arteries, veins, and capillaries are the three main kinds of blood vessels, which in the human body have a total length of about 100,000 kilometers. Arteries carry blood away from the heart to organs through the body. Within organs, arteries branch into arterioles, small vessels that convey blood to the capillaries. Capillaries are microscopic vessels with very thin, porous walls. Networks of these vessels, called capillary beds, infiltrate each tissue. Across the thin walls of capillaries, chemicals including dissolved gases are exchanged by diffusion between blood and the interstitial fluid around the tissue cells. At their downstream end, capillaries converge into venules, and venules converge into veins. Generally speaking, veins return blood to the heart. Notice that arteries and veins are distinguished by the direction in which they carry blood, not by the characteristics of the blood they contain. All arteries carry blood from the heart toward capillaries, and veins return blood to the heart from capillaries. Significant exception is the hepatic porter vein that carries blood from capillary beds in the digestive system to capillary beds in the liver. Blood following from the liver passes into the hepatic vein, which conducts blood to the heart.